Okay, so Governor of the Central Bank of Paraguay, thank you very much. There's been a possibility of crisis in the big markets at the moment. This will require greater finesse among emerging markets to ride waves and be prepared for unexpected low tides. So, Governor, how do you secure growth in this unstable environment?
I think we have to go back to basics. Going back to basics means that we cannot rely anymore on external factors in order to deliver growth. We have to go back to basics that said that most of growth comes from productivity enhancement. And for that, we need to work in different areas. We need to work on diversification. We need to work on improving institutions in the countries. For example, investment climate, business climate is important to improve. And we need to improve also infrastructure. I think if we keep working, focusing on productivity enhancement policies, we are going to be much better prepared to face the new normal.
Perfect. And now it seems that emerging markets have been caught in some sort of a credit bubble, especially on the corporate side. Where do you think are the risks highest?
Well, that depends on the country. I mean, in the particular case of Paraguay, we didn't see many companies relying on external loans in order to finance an operation. But for some countries, that could be a problem down the road. Financial conditions will be tighter at this moment, and the government has to keep an eye in order to try to prevent undesirable development in those sectors. Especially going forward, we have to see not only that the interest rate will be higher in those sectors for those sectors because the basis, who is the treasury bill interest rate, is going to be higher, but also we have to keep an eye on what happened to the dollar, because that will imply higher financing costs in national currencies for those companies. So we have to be very careful on developments in those areas.
Paraguay has been tapping the bond market in recent years quite a lot. Do you think this credit crunch would have a big effect on Paraguay?
We believe that the market will differentiate different economies. As a matter of fact, at this moment, the market is differentiating Paraguay to some larger economies in the region, and actually the yields for the Paraguayan bonds are 80 basis points less than from those from Brazil for the same maturity. So it's going to be a more difficult condition, but we don't see that the door will be completely closed for emerging markets in the future. It's going to be more costly, both in terms of interest rate, but also in terms of who are the emerging markets who will be able to access the external financing. We believe that Paraguay is in good shape in order to access that.
Okay. Now, final question about policy normalization, monetary policy normalization. Are you worried about the potential clash between the liquidity that the central bank wants delivered from markets and what regulators have delivered?
I believe that this is probably the most discussed and pre-announced tightening in interest rate in the whole economic history. So in that sense, most of the effects are already incorporated into the market. So we expect some tides coming from the financial sector due to that normalization of monetary policy, but we don't see like a big tsunami due to that. I mean, most of the people are already expected, and we're already taking decisions regarding that, so we don't expect surprises on that side.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, please, thanks to you.
Thank you. Thanks to